Hi everybody, it's Iris here, and today I'd like to talk about a quote I shared on my page quite recently. It says, "When a flower doesn't bloom, you fix the environment in which it grows, not the flower." Right? Um, it's well, literally as well. Yes. If that is, I have a literal example and not very literal example of this quote. So when I lived in Spain for about 6 months, and in Barcelona specifically, and when I came back from Spain, I brought olives, olive seeds, because I wanted to grow olives in Myanmar, in Yangon, right? So one thing, olives are very like, olive oil, olive, that one that we eat as well. So olives only grow in that kind of like Mediterranean weather. Let's just say weather rather than soil. Mediterranean weather. So when I brought it to Myanmar, the weather's really different. It's and then it says olives only grow when it is around like 20 degrees. 20 degrees never in Yangon. And Yangon, especially in Yangon, is very wet, and then it's very humid and it's very hot. It's always around 30, 34, 35 degrees, right? When it's hot, it can be like 40 degrees. So of course it didn't grow. So it is not the olive's fault. It's not, well, it's my fault for planting it and hoping it will grow, right? So yeah, so you don't change. You cannot blame the olive for like, why are you not growing? You know, you cannot, because it's not favorable for the olive to grow in Southeast Asia. So yeah, that's my literal example of this. And then as my personal experiences, I'm an only child, so my parents didn't have a lot of experience raising a human being before me or after me. I'm an only child. And then, I am someone, I never, let's say, I am never good if you put me in a box. So for example, right, my mom tried to put me in timetables and schedules, and for example, you wake up at 7 and then you study and then you have breakfast and then you do this, shower, blah blah blah. It never worked for me. And now it's even clearer now that I'm an adult and then I live here alone, and I have my own things going on, right? So now again, I try to put myself in the schedule and never works. But what works is, I am someone who do it when I feel like it. So it might be if I'm studying, if I'm working, for example, right? Sometimes I sit at the desk the whole day and nothing gets done because my mind is not in it. But sometimes it might be like 11 o'clock at night, and then when I have an idea, I might be working, and that is very productive. That's how I am. And so my mom, my poor mom tried to put me in timetables and schedules, which never worked because that is not the environment that is favorable for me. And then when I was younger, I still studied before exams. Of course, moms, she tried to wake me up in the morning, and then, she tried to get me to study. Didn't really work. And then, right, and some kids, especially parents, not kids, then parents would limit them, like, okay, don't go swimming, don't listen to music, don't watch videos anymore, you just study, study, study. And I think it is very wrong to do that, because when you do that, your mind don't have an outlet anymore. You just studying, so when you do something all the time, you cannot concentrate anymore, you can't focus anymore. And again, like as a kid, there's an exam, I still watch movies. There's an exam tomorrow and I'm still going for a swim. And my mom finally gave up. But she gave up quite late. My mom finally gave up when I think I was already doing my first master's, when I was around like 22. I was still going to the gym and I was still going swimming, and of course I still studied, but I needed to do something else, you know. So again, what I want to say is, I'm not saying, oh yeah, you should totally, you know, let your kids go free. Whatever they want to do, let them do it. They will figure it out. Not that way. You could try. Some kids, some people, different personalities, they work very well in schedules. They are more productive when they have a schedule. So when some kids like me never work that way, I can't, you know, it is never productive for me. Someone can never put me in a box. Like, I hate uniforms, for example. I don't want to wear uniforms because I am this like an individual. I want to express how I feel. So I'm wearing this because this is how I feel today. So if that was a uniform, you know, you'd be wearing the same things. But then again, some other people, they don't want to think for simple things like that. They want to do the same things every day, so it saves their energy, right? So for both educators, moms and dads, and aunties, uncles, caretakers, guardians, whoever you are. So think about this, okay? So it is not one size fits all, right? So you need to find what works the best with your kid, with your kids. So you would know that even if you have a sister or a brother who are totally different to you, right? Same thing. You know, so even like you guys grow up within the same family, born, raised by the same mom and dad, you are so different, right? So imagine other kids. You cannot really do the same things in your classroom as well if you're a teacher, because it will never work. Like, imagine like 30 different kids from different backgrounds and different moms and dads, you know, of course it will never work. You can't do the same thing. So yeah, please think about that. If you find this useful, everybody, the usual, please like, love, comment, share, tag if you think this is useful, beneficial, practical for you. And then yeah, what do you think of my olive story? Bye everybody, see you in the next video.